Hello, hello! Welcome everybody to another WordPress live development session. I'm your host, Alex. I'm not really a host, but whatever. This is me. Hello, welcome! How's everybody doing? Say hi in the chat as usual. Let me know where you're watching this video from. What time is it right now in your beautiful country? Today here it's 5 in the afternoon in Vancouver, Canada. It's a beautiful sunny day and I'm hurting a lot. Yesterday I got my vaccine, my first dose of vaccine, and my arm hurts like hell. I cannot lift it more than this. It hurts so much. But because it was a beautiful morning, my wife and I decided to go out for a bike ride, and on the way back it was so painful. I regret it so much. But anyway, let's do this beautiful live streaming. What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? Developer Addict sounds like Pokemon. Okay, Amaro says the music is so cool. Yes, it's a wonderful, exciting music, and the author of the music is Nicole Marie T. In the description of this video, you can find the Twitter of the author of this music. She created this amazing 8-bit audio type, like Castlevania video game, old style, Game Boy Advance old style. Just give it a follow, give it a shout out. Just amazing content. She released this for free, like open source for free licenses. That's why I'm able to use it in my intro video. She's amazing. She's incredible. So check it out because she deserves this a lot. A little disclaimer, if it's the first time that you're watching me or this type of live streamings, I like to talk a lot and I like to interact a lot with the chat. So this is not going to be purely a development session. I like to code and show you my process, but I also like to interact with you, especially because I don't have a preset schedule. I don't have anything prepared, predefined. I like to code and I like to follow the suggestions from all of you in the chat. So if what I'm doing, you don't like what I'm doing and you have a better suggestion, a better solution, just let me know and we can chat about it. It's like pair programming. You watch me code and you give me suggestions how to improve the code. But before that, I'm not sure if it's allowed in the YouTube policy, but I'm going to pour myself a beer because it's 5 in the morning. It's almost 6. That's good. I'm tired. I'm hurting a lot. So let's have a beer. I got these, not a sponsor, but this beautiful Blue Buck, Philips Blue Buck, whatever. And I have these beautiful, beautiful glass. I'm looking this way because that's where I have the camera, but I should look this way, but it's so awkward. It's so weird. I need a better setup. I'm going to renovate my studio. I'm going to build a new wall. I'm going to build lights and stuff. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. So let's open this. Let's see if I spray beer all over my setup. A little bit. Delish. Okay. Let me pour this beauty. Done. Oh, too foamy. I made a mistake. I should have poured it this way. Yeah, I made it too foamy. Okay, let's wait a little bit. I'm not good at this, guys. I don't know if you notice it, but oof. Yeah, I should wait a little bit. It's a little bit foamy, isn't it? Yeah, not great. Not a great pourer of beer, but I'm gonna wait a bit and then I'm gonna pour a little bit more. Should have, yeah, just made a massive mistake here. Ooh. I can do it. Can I do it? Can I do it? Almost, but done it. Done it. I did it. It worked. I did it. Woohoo! Okay. Not gonna get drunk. It's very light beer, so it's gonna be fine, hopefully. But I'm an empty stomach, so I might get drunk all of a sudden and stop coding. So cheers, guys. Delicious. This video is gonna be flagged, not for children because I'm drinking beer, probably. Okay, let me read some comments before we start coding this beauty. Hello from Turkey. Hello, Yasar. How's it going in Turkey? Oscar says 6 p.m. in Salt Lake City, Utah. Amro, Jordan, it's 3 a.m. waiting for the sun to rise. Why, Amro, you don't sleep during night? It's bad for you. I used to do the same and lost all my hair, and now I feel very tired all the time. So you should sleep at night. But I'm very happy that you're here. Angola, Marcio from Africa. It's 1 in the morning as well. You should sleep more, man. Louis said, hi, Alex. I'm from Argentina, living in New Jersey. Hoping to learn a little bit today. Hoping to teach you something. You mostly teach WordPress on your channel. Developer Attic asks, mostly, I would say, but I do also live streaming about Thunderbird coding. I'm a Thunderbird lead UX architect, and I also do some tutorials. I used to do, I should get back to it, about Vala, which is a native. It's a C-like low-level programming language to build the native Linux applications for Linux. This is not the beer, it's me. I'm tired. And I also do some Laravel. I used to do some Laravel tutorial. In general, like, I like to do a lot of front end, but yeah, my channel started with a lot of WordPress tutorials, so it's mostly WordPress. And Amber said, I actually sleep during night but rise before the sun every day. What? Okay, are you Superman or something? How is that? You're like immortal, you have some weird superpower. How do you function? Like, if I do that, like you, I wouldn't function. Nah, it's okay. Okay, let's get started. So today we are going to build with the help of Tailwheel CSS, the beautiful homepage of my wife's website, photography. She needs a new photography-based homepage. This is gonna be landing page, website, whatever it's gonna be. We're gonna focus on the landing page today, and it's gonna be pretty straightforward. A couple of things that I wanna have. First, I wanna create an overlay that has a very dark spot in this area, so it doesn't matter what type of image she puts in. That menu with the white text is always going to be readable. We need a good level of accessibility and readability. But also, I want to play a little bit with this image in the background and maybe have some lazy loading or some fade in effect or some blur in effect, just to avoid because she's gonna upload these images, and as a photographer, her pictures are very heavy, like very large file sizes. So I cannot ask her to, hey, if you want to put it on the website, just shrink it down to 1080p, compress it, and don't exceed 300 kilobytes. No, she's never gonna do it. And also your clients will never do it. So we need to deal with that. So I'm gonna try to use some source set and use WordPress automatically creates different variations for the uploaded images, but I'm gonna try to have some lazy loading, some asynchronous loading in the background to not slow down the loading of the first page. This has to be fast and easy. So let's get started, shall we? Let's put it down here. We have, in the previous live streaming, I created a very simple template landing page that I'm using for the website in the test. Actually, in the previous video, I noticed that YouTube was cutting this size, like this part was cut out. It was invisible. So I shrink the window a little bit inside so you can see a little bit of, there's a little gap here. Hopefully it's fine. Does it look good? I don't know, but hopefully it's fine. But anyway, in the previous video, I set things up, and I don't remember it should be as 1, 2, 3. Yeah, cool, cancel. In the previous thing, in the pages, I set up the pages in the administration panel. I created a landing page, and I assigned to this landing page the template landing page that I created automatically. WordPress list is here that you cannot see it because there's my face, so I'm gonna hide my face. There you go. You can see it here, the landing page. Oops, go to page here, the template landing page. Super easy. And this template landing page basically loads this. We have a bit of a mess of let me put it back here, dock to the bottom. A bit of a mess of a layout here because, of course, if you know a little bit about WordPress, the structure, the template or the index.php, as you can see in these files, we use the get header and get footer. And this really depends on the theme that you're using or the template that you're using. But usually themes have HTML in both index, in both header and both footer. So if we access my header here, in the header you can see we start the HTML page, we have the header, then we have the body, and then there's some HTML here. We have the div containing the page for whatever reason, then we have the header, then we have the another div. Like there's some boilerplate predefined stuff that I don't really use. So and also in my template file, I use the main tag and then I put it aside. So my HTML structure is not the cleanest right now. As you can see here, we have the body, then we have the div containing the header, a bunch of divs here that don't do anything, and I should remove it. And then we have the div that content that it encapsulates everything with that side content class, and then the main class with the side and the sidebar with the main menu. It's just messy, so we should definitely clean that up. So that's what we're gonna do right now. There are so many questions. I want to answer to, oh, let me put my face back though, because you don't want to miss my face. I want to answer to all your messages, but then some users complain that I don't do much coding. I mostly talk, but I like doing Q&A, answering all your questions. But let me code a little bit, and then I will get back to all your questions, and I will answer everything, I promise. But a little sip of beer before. Okay, let's clean up the header. So I know that my layout here is going to be pretty simple, especially in the template, the first landing page. The header, it's actually going to be here in this section. Then we have the main menu. This is kind of going to be the footer, but it's going to be a specific different type of footer. And then the regular page is going to be always sidebar and then content. And also I have an example of a regular page. The structure is still the same: sidebar with the header, the menu, and the footer. And maybe we have an extra footer here, like it's made by Alicat with the link to whatever. And then the content is on the right. So the structure is pretty much identical all the way. So we have this potential two-column structure with, like, the first column is the sidebar and then the second column is the whole body. So let's create that structure that starts from the index itself. So we avoid some code repetition. You thought that my video was frozen, right? I'm just thinking. So let's start from the index. First of all, let's clean a bunch of shit. So I know that she's not gonna use the customizer because customizer is bullshit. Let's remove this. We're adding the body class. We have the header, the masthead. The masthead also for the customizer, role banner, class site. Okay, is customizer. We don't need the customizer. We can remove this. The header is going to be inside the main controller. So first of all these divs, site branding, H1 class. Let's remove all this stuff and let's cut it out directly inside the header, and just boop, boop, boom. Okay, indented here. So we have the header that has an H1, and then we have a description, that site description. We're gonna change these classes later. All this stuff, this container fluid, blah, blah, blah. We don't need this. Clean this shit. And then we have the div content. We don't want this because it's kind of useless. We're gonna deal with this inside each page. Or actually, this, instead of being a div ID content, can be the main, because that's going to be the main content. And let's remove the class site content because we don't have that class decoration. Also class site header, we don't have that. Also class site title, we don't have that. These are all coming from AWPS. AWPS comes, as a starter things, comes with some predefined classes, predefined descriptors. But because I'm not using the built-in stuff, I am not because I'm not using the built-in CSS or SCSS framework, whatever you want to call it. I'm using Tailwind CSS. I'm gonna do things my way. I'm gonna change the whole structure of this, so these can be indented once again to have a proper indentation. This is non-masthead. We don't need. The beautiful thing about semantic HTML, instead of writing this div and having a closing div, this is a header, so it closes the header. We don't need to write any comment here to say, hey, this closes the header, because it's the header tag. It's way more readable also for developer. So yeah, win-win. And then we have the main. So in the template, of course, all these other pages are going to be messed up, but in the footer, where is the footer? Let's open the footer.php here. Instead of closing the div content, we're going to close the main content, because that's what we want, and we don't need the customizer. Footer, column, class site footer, container fluid, role content info. What do we have here? We have the we don't need these, so we remove the ID here. We escape the URL for the AWPS. We print the customizer. Let's open the customizer API here. Do we need these? The footer. AWS footer section, add settings, AWS footer. These customizer things, this class of the customizer, it's good because it gives you some initial points to set up your things. In this case, I set up very simple control to customize the color, if you want to customize the color of the footer, or if you want to customize the text of the footer, but I'm not really using it. And I like the client, in this case, my wife, will not use the customizer at all. She's not gonna, yeah, this is useless. So we can clean that up later, but for now we know that here escape.html I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Wow, okay, so instead of these, we don't need to escape the HTML of AWS footer copy text that we have here. The AWS is copyright text. What does he say? Copyright text. This is like if you want to customize the text of the footer, it's good, but no, we don't want to. So let's make it translatable here, and let's write something like by alecad, and let's give this my website, alecad.com, something very simple, very straightforward. Oh, I already had it here, but I don't want these. Theme AWS by alecad. Let's just leave it super simple like this in the whole footer area. So div footer site. We want to remove these, printf escape HTML. Keeping the HTML. Yeah, boom. Oof. Let's add it here. We don't need the ID for the footer because we're not styling by ID. And we don't have a page div, so we can also leave it like that, which is also semantically correct for the body, but we could do even better and put it better. Header, main, body, open up. We open the HTML, so HTML body altogether should be indented. It's not really necessary because here you can set you could potentially put the head and the body attached to the HTML because it's not a child like head. Yes, it's child of HTML, but it's not really necessary. Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Let's put it this way so it's straightforward. It's easier. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Okay, and we got this, so we clean up a little bit the HTML. Hopefully we didn't break anything. Okay, by Alecad, which is what we want to write. Made by Alecad. I forgot the made, but simple stuff. Made by escape URL Alecad, and actually this is outside. Made by Alecad. Pretty straightforward, right? Refresh. There you go. And on the Alecad, it's clickable, so we can easily style that. Awesome. We got this logo here because we are including these SVG in the header, and this is a super cool option that I need to update a little bit of AWPS, because here, for example, in the header, we got this tag, this PHP method called SVG. This PHP method SVG, if we check it, is declared inside the helpers function. We got this function called SVG that grabs the path of your SVG that you're passing. In my case, I'm passing WordPress, and then fetches the actual file from you and adds the SVG tag. But in order to be able to get template part, this has to be a PHP file. But because it's a PHP file, automatically get template part adds the PHP file. So in our case, in the assets distribution SVG, we need to have these SVG with the PHP file extension. That it's a little bit counterintuitive, and I want to fix this. I want to make it better because I hate this. It's not standard usage, is not standard, so we shouldn't be .php, but making an SVG a PHP file allows us to use the get template part of WordPress, and using the get template part is very good because allows us to print the SVG as an inline file. You don't include it as an image, it remains as an SVG file. So this is fully scalable. If we increase these SVG to width 300 pixel and height 300 pixel, these scales without any loss because it's an SVG. If this was included or this was embedded as a, yes, as an SVG, but as an image file, it would be rasterized, it would be pixelated. But because we're maintaining the path, the full vector path of the SVG, this is scalable as much as we want. This is very powerful for anything, like you're doing your responsive website and you can shrink it and scale it. It's very good in general. So that's why I found this solution, just using the SVG as a PHP, but I want to find a better solution, maybe not use the get template part, but include it or just embedded it as a plain file or just extract the content, whatever. We're gonna check it later. Anyway, we can remove these because we don't have any image here, and that's it. Okay, so now we have this little structure here. There's also one thing that I like to do when I build a front end WordPress, it's always the first thing I go into user, I'm going to my admin user, and I say show the toolbar, because I hate the administration toolbar. So when I refresh, it doesn't show the toolbar, because the toolbar adds that inline CSS style, and also it just increases the height, it changes the layout a little bit, so it's super annoying. And here we have, always the file icon that doesn't exist. So this is a great, like when you're building a WordPress theme from scratch, this is a great starting point, because it's blank, it's simple, you don't have any crazy code inside that messes up your theme. It's just plain simple. You can play with your HTML and CSS style or JavaScript. You can do whatever you want. So let's continue working on this. Oh my god, Aditya, I'm gonna ban you if you don't stop. This is not pre-recorded, I'm doing this live. Stop writing. If I don't answer to you, it means that I'm busy coding, so I will answer to you later. It's not that you ask something and people immediately answer to you. So shut up, please. Thank you. And cheers to that. It's very annoying because I have the chat visible. And as I said at the beginning of this live streaming, which you probably missed, I'm going to code a little bit and then I'm going to answer all the questions in the chat. I cannot stop every 20 seconds and answer all the questions, because that's not going to be a live streaming. That's going to be a shit show, right? So write your questions and wait for an answer like a very polite person. Hey, thanks so much. I don't have patience for this, sorry. What were we doing? Yeah, I lost my train of thought. So I need to do some styling now. Okay, we're using Tailwind CSS. If you never used Tailwind CSS, it's an awesome CSS framework that allows you to do some utility first styling, and it's super easy to quickly use and prototype things out of the box. And I set it up in the previous video. If you're curious on how to set it up for WordPress, check the previous video of this live development session. It's just so good and has all these pre-built utility first things, so is just amazing. We're gonna do some container things, but actually I'm gonna use Flexbox in general. So I wanna use, and I'm gonna do it directly in the browser. I don't know if you can you see it? Yes. Can you read this? Okay, so we got our body here. So I'm gonna make the body flex. This is flex, and then I'm gonna make the body full height, because I want this to be full height. So if I search, can I search just height? Yes. Min height. We should have like a height full 100 VH H screen. So I can put H screen as a class here in the body. Boom, H screen. H screen sets the height to 100 VH. 100 VH, actually I'm gonna hide my webcam again. 100 VH, VH means viewport height. So it's exactly the height of the viewport. So it doesn't matter how high is the screen, it's always full height. And that's what we need. And I think that's we can put flex wrap here, flex wrap. So when we shrink down, things stack, but in a way that we wanna. So we have these three classes that we set, and if you follow my tutorials about WordPress, you know that you can set the body classes by adding an array of things. Should be, is it like this? I don't remember. I haven't done this in a very long time, but let's see if it works. I forgot how WordPress works. I haven't coded in WordPress in a very long time, but let's experiment with this. Is this correct? Oof, come on, not the terminal. Open these. Yeah, it added the classes, so that's correct. Yeah, it just needs an array. That's cool. Okay, now these header, main, and footer, we need to put back the main here of the template, the actual where's the main container, the menu container. We need to put it inside the header because I want the header and the body in two columns. The header and the body should be in left column, sorry, the header and the menu should be in the left column, the body in the right column. So it's just change a little bit. The structure is going to be very straightforward, very simple. Aside, this is not what we need here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's remove all of this junk and let's add it to the header after the title. Inside the header, boom, we can put the main navigation, and we can actually let's keep these two PHP tags separated because I'm going to write some HTML inside, so it's good. We have our primary menu, menu ID. I'm using the built-in worker nav class, so print it here. That's good. If we refresh now, we should have, yeah, there you go. So now you can see in the structure, we have the header, the main, and the footer. The footer shouldn't be here. The footer should be in the header, so we can, well, the footer is good here, but it shouldn't be in the body. It should be like below the body, below these two contacts. So that's why I put flex wrap, because if I set a min height of the header, first of all, I want to set the both header and main to flex 1 and then the footer to flex 1, so everything just grows at 100%. Let's set these classes here. So the header, roll banner, let's give it a class of flex 1, and then we can do exactly the same for the main. Whoops. No, what am I doing? Main, and then for the footer. And then if we do this, all these will be spread out evenly. As you can see, we have the header, the main, and the footer. When you put the flex 1 to an element, it just grows as much as it can, and then it stops in order to have even even sizing with all the elements. But as you can see, it doesn't shrink, like it doesn't stack properly. So one thing that we can do, and it's very straightforward, we can give these or the footer, we could give first of all, we need to give the header a max and a min width, because the header shouldn't pretty much change ever. Based on the design, the header is just like this, so it's gonna have a min or like a maximum. Yeah, it can shrink, so it's gonna have a maximum size of something. And with CSS, it's just very straightforward. Yeah, max width of, and uses REM, so it's super responsive. You can also use character or pixel if you want, but let's give it extra small size, max width extra small, so we can add it to the header, flex max width extra small, so we know that this is like this. And then we can give the body or the footer min width max, or how do we do this? We can push the no, this is not gonna work because it's not max content should be a min width, a flexbox thing, min width full, and 100% it shouldn't work. Min width full, oh, it works, but it's not correct. So yeah, we give min width full to the footer because that's what the footer is. And wait, full, boom, okay. You got it. She's got it. Oh, baby, she's got it. Sorry. I think in the footer we can also remove the flex one because we're giving a min width of 100% exactly. So that's just the footer here. Let's access the footer in width fold. Okay, so we got this, and we need to cool. So we got our header that we forgot to add the max width. What did we say? Extra small, max width extra small. Okay, in the header, in the footer, flex one, max width extra small. What? Okay, so we have our header. It's set here. We got our main content that spans the entirety of the page, and we got our footer. Our footer, of course, also in this case, because this is all Flexbox, is just tries to separate things properly, but we're not going to worry about it because we're going to push all the content, especially we're going to have different styles for different pages. In this case, the landing page is going to push the content all at the bottom because based on the design, all the content of the landing page is pushed right at the bottom. So we're not going to worry about the body, sorry, the footer. And the footer in the landing page, it's hidden. We don't want this. We want to keep it as clean as possible. We don't care about this. So in the footer, for the footer, we're going to do something very straightforward. We're going to write here in the classes, and Tailwind has a hidden class. Display should be display none. Hidden. So we can say in the footer, in the class here, we can write some inline PHP here. PHP, oops. I haven't written PHP in a year or so, I think. So this is gonna be interesting. How is front? Yeah, give me the autocomplete. If it's front page, print some hidden thing. And I think here we're using the single quotes. Yes, this is the proper styling. Otherwise, print nothing. So if we access this, now in the front page, is this considered? Yeah, the front page, the footer has the hidden, but if we access any other page, the footer is visible because it's not the front page, so it doesn't have the hidden thing. And as you can see already, we have the same structure. It's very bare bone, very straightforward, but we maintain the same structure across all pages. We have the header, the main, and the footer. And that's what we need to maintain because that's our bare bone structure. It's literally like 3 elements, 3 semantically readable, correct HTML element with 2 classes of Tailwind CSS. It's done. Straightforward. It's cool. Let's go back to the home page. Then we don't have the footer. That's awesome. So here we can do exactly the same. So we can say if it's the home page or if it's front page, the flex as a justification, if I'm not wrong, of what's the justify? Is justify content, center hand, space between, no, is justify items. I never remember these things. Justify items. Or it's no, it's align items. Yeah, it's align item ends. So align items, we need to set this align items and only for the home page, and Tailwind CSS is as the in the flex direction, justify and align items as items end. So we can do exactly the same as we did there. So we can say that if in the header the body class, we can create a little method. So we can write. For now, we write it in line. We can create a helper method if we want. So let's open the PHP tags. Oh, come on. Emmet PHP tags, and we can declare a classes array that has all my classes, and it's literally this. And we can say as a simple if, how is it written here? There's no space. So actually, yes, there's space. If is front page. Once again, we can classes. How do you add? I don't remember. I think it's like this. I don't remember PHP anymore. Align end like this, and then we can print the classes array inside, or just leave it. Not even print it, just add it to the body class. The body class automatically will grab whatever array, whatever we rotate it, and add it to the body class automatically. So we have this little PHP method here that adds the align end, and it should work, I think, if I remember properly how to set up classes. No, align end. Did I write it wrong? Items end. It's not align end. Boop, 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 boop. Items end. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Okay, and if we go inside whatever other page, it's not items end anymore, but in the home page, it's items end. Awesome, possum. Okay, we like this. Me like it. Okay, first of all, break. Let's answer some questions. So if you have questions, write it down now. I'm gonna answer everyone. Let's scroll back up, and I'm gonna set back my beautiful face because I'm gonna take a little break because we have our basic HTML structure. It was very easy to build, sort of straightforward, amazing things. Oh, this beer is so good. Okay, we got Developer Attic asks, do you still have the theme and plugin development for WordPress video? Yes, they're all organized in my YouTube channel. Just check my channel, Developer Attic, and check my playlist. All my videos are organized in playlist. And in the description of all the videos, I think there should be the link to the GitHub repositories where I upload all my source code divided in branches based on the lesson. So you can tag along, copy the code from the GitHub repositories, and all the videos are still there. The very old videos, the original theme development, are a little bit outdated. They're still valid, but sometimes I use Bootstrap like version 2. Or there are some methods of WordPress that are slightly different, especially the WordPress class, but it's okay. If you follow the plugin development series, it's gonna be totally fine. Okay. Gadier School said hello with you to the top. Keep going. Yes, thanks so much. I will keep going. Marcio asks, can you enable subtitles for Portuguese? I can I can enable them, but it's they're gonna be automatically generated because I don't know Portuguese. I don't know anyone that can translate and upload proper subtitles, so I don't know if it's gonna be good. I can enable them. They should be enabled, by the way. Luis asks, I became pretty decent in PHP and I want to learn Laravel now. Any tips? Laracast has some amazing tutorials for Laravel. You should check those. Salvador said, hello, do you have any course about hooks? I want to create a plugin that have triggers like the WC payment accepted, but I don't know how to start. Yes, I have some in the plugin development series. I almost go through all the hooks, so it's It's pretty straightforward to create a hook. Like as soon as you start creating 1 or 2 different hooks, then the method is exactly the same. So just experiment with a bunch of default hooks, create some very straightforward, simple hooks, and then you will figure it out. As it doesn't take too much. Aditya, the multiple question, but what inspires you to code? I like to build things. That's pretty straightforward. I like to build. Danny, give me your wallet. Is that polite enough? Super polite. I will give you my wallet. Absolutely. I will buy you a new wallet if you want. Congrats on the 90K. Thank you so much. Yes, the channel just reached 90,000 subscribers, which is mind-blowing. I don't know why, but happened. Mustafa asks, is it a good idea to be a WordPress developer in 2021? Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely. WordPress still runs 70% of the blogs of the world. It's an ever-growing market. WordPress is used worldwide by everyone. Automated systems, built-in systems, or whatever, they come and go. WordPress, it's stable and it's never going away. And you can find good work for WordPress, and then it's a good entry point. Also, just don't believe the shit that you read around that WordPress is dead. Blah blah blah. Will this theme have lazy loading for images? Ex Salamus. Yes, absolutely, because it's a website for a photographer. She's gonna upload a lot of images, heavy images, so optimizing the loading time and lazy loading images and avoid to load anything that is not in the viewport is going to be very fundamental. So we're going to, throughout these live development sessions, we're going to see how to build these things. Opinion on a headless WordPress. I think it's bullshit. What is headless? It's someone else managing for you the server side part, so you don't have full control. It's just you build a theme and that's it. It's just whatever. It's just a fancy word that doesn't make sense. If you don't want to manage the thing, just use those services. But headless is not really headless because that's a head. The head of WordPress, it's there. It's just that you don't manage it. Someone else manages for it. It's like serverless. The server is there's a serverless for you that you don't have to manage it. So if it's good for you, use it, but whatever. Developer Addict asks, what do you think about Shopify? It seems like other developers are into Shopify development more than WordPress. It seems like where? Because if it seems like from your circle of interest, it makes sense, but like, look at the trends, look at the statistics of the web. Yes, Shopify is amazing. I actually have a dear friend that he's the head of marketing. No, it's not the head of marketing. It works in marketing at Shopify. It's a great company. It's beautiful. Different tools for different needs. If you're a freelancer that wants to showcase a portfolio, are you going to use Shopify or are you going to use WordPress? If you don't know how to code, you're going to probably use Squarespace or Wix. But when your business grows and you need something more professional and you need to move away from that, it's going to be a shit show. So what are you going to use? Most likely WordPress. If you need a blog, what are you going to use? Headless React blog or Apollo deployers, bullshit and names and stuff like that. But yeah, it's still WordPress. So it's fine. Like Shopify, it's amazing. Absolutely. I'm not saying one is better than the other. So what I'm saying is those are two completely different tools. So comparing them doesn't really make sense. Right? Do you agree? Disagree? I don't know. Joao said, how do you pronounce your name? It bugs me when I cannot pronounce correctly. Your opinion about WordPress admin API. Do you really want to hear my opinion? I use the settings API of WordPress. They look like they've been built. They don't look like they have been built in the early 2000s, and they haven't been updated at all. And they should update the settings API, the admin API. Is just a shit show, man. It's just, they're really convoluted. They should be updated. They should be updated. You can do everything with it. Absolutely. They're not limited, or they're not unusable, but they're really complicated for no real reason. If you want to build an admin section and build some boilerplate HTML or a form or something slightly more complex than a simple like label field button, you're gonna have you're gonna need to build or write a lot of code to do very simple things, which is something that I don't understand. It should be way simpler. Kamal asks, can we use React.js with WordPress? I've seen big website in WordPress is slow. Be careful about it. Yes, you can use React.js with WordPress, but a slow website is not because of WordPress, and React is not going to make it faster. Because if you have a slow website, it means it's poorly built. So if you poorly built in React, it's going to be slow as well. It's not that React has the magic powder that you sprinkle on top of WordPress and it's super fast. There are a lot to it. So don't just pick a technology because there's hype about that technology. So try to understand what is the problem and what problems you need to solve. Because there are a lot of very big websites built in WordPress that are fast as shit, and they're built with simple vanilla JavaScript and pure HTML. So just be careful. Developer Attic said, WooCommerce still trending to these days. Yes, absolutely. WooCommerce is one of the easiest solution to integrate into pre-built or existing WordPress website. It's developed by the same developers of WordPress. So it's fully integratable. I personally don't like it. I think it suffers from some architectural issues, similar to the settings API of WordPress. It needs some serious rebuilding. It needs some serious architectural restructuring to make it easier to do things and not as convoluted as it is right now. But I haven't been using WooCommerce for 2 or 3 years now, so I don't know if things evolved in a different way. But you can do everything with WooCommerce, but it's not that straightforward. So I would prefer to be more straightforward. I don't know much about Shopify, but I'll still go with WordPress. Cool. Oh, we got a Russian. How do you pronounce your name? Mac? Can I call you Mac? Sorry. Is it Russian? It's correct? Or it's Ukrainian or Eastern European? Sorry, I'm so bad at this. Can we create WordPress e-commerce without WooCommerce? How? Yes, you can, but why though? If you want to create it, you can use the settings API to create a database of products, set up your own. You can use the Stripe API to set up your own payment process entirely built in JavaScript with just a few Stripe API. There's also a Stripe API for PHP, so you can use PHP to do a payment process. But WooCommerce adds those extra things like managing your inventory, managing your products, managing your returns, managing your paid customers or promo codes or carts and sessions and stuff like that. It simplifies a lot of things because it comes with like pre-built settings for you to manage, which is good. You can Max. Okay, I'm gonna call you Max. Awesome, thank you. Sorry. You can definitely do it if you want to do it as an exercise. I wouldn't recommend building an e-commerce in WordPress from scratch if you want to do it for a client, because that's gonna be very complicated to manage on the long run. There are a lot of things. I built an e-commerce from scratch in Laravel and Vue.js, and that's a pain in the ass to manage, implement, expand, scale. So be careful. It's doable, but it's not easy. Okay, we should jump back into coding a little bit. Let's do some styling. So here we have our beautiful page here. Let's give it a black background and a text, a white text, but only for the home page. But actually, let's create a helper method. Boop, 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 boop. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. So we have these very bad inline PHP classes decoration here, and we adding our classes. If it's the front page, you add items, and if it's not. But these, I don't like to leave PHP logic inside a template, inside an HTML template, which is not HTML. So in AWPS, wow, there's these helpers file that contains all these standalone boilerplate functions that you can use anywhere in your theme. So let's create a function called body classes. So we can do if where is it, function exists with the exclamation mark at the beginning, like we do here, because we want to check if the function doesn't exist, we declare. If it exists, we don't. And we do these body classes. We do these because, as you know, in WordPress, you can install a million different plugins, and some plugins might have this type of class declared somewhere, and WordPress is not good enough in containerized things. If you have a class or a function declared inside a WordPress website or a WordPress theme, and the same class is declared, or sorry, the same function is declared in a plugin that you install, you're gonna have a really bad time. That's why I like object-oriented programming. And actually, let's do this in object-oriented programming, because come on, man, let's do this. Where should we put it? In custom, admin, extras? Let's put it in extras. Body class. We have a public function called body class. See? But these, it adds it. We already have it. So, yeah, boy, we already have it. I am stupid. I don't remember my own theme. But here, basically, we have a filter that hooks to the body class creation and adds extra classes. And we return these extra classes. So we can literally add the things that we did in our header.php here. We can add it in there. So let's cut this. And let's cat these classes variable that we don't need anymore. In the extras, we can have this. And let's write a little bit of comment. So here we can have these, boom, flex. Is it gonna work? I don't know. Here comments, push the items to the bottom if it's the first page, something like that. I'm not sure this is gonna work though. I think we need to declare them as, we can merge two arrays, but let's give it a try. Oh yeah, it works. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's just strings, right? It's just HTML strings. So it's good. We have this, and we don't have the ugly PHP inside here, so it's totally fine. Okay. Here, default theme structure classes. Boom. Okay. Good. We got this, and also in the front page, because it's only the front page, we can have BG black and text white. If I'm not wrong, these are the Tailwind CSS classes. Yes, look at that. Boom, Tailwind CSS for the win. And it's pushed to the bottom. Push to the bottom, push. Sorry. Okay, let's do some fonts styling here, because of course the font is terrible. So this first font, I think this is custom font that I did here. What is it? This is Quicksand, it's called. But where is the group one here, which is locked? Sabrina Miso here, Quicksand, and then we have the Jacques Francois. So Quicksand, if I'm not wrong, all these are Google fonts. Google fonts. Quicksand, there you go. Pum, pum, pum. Let's use this. Oh my god, they changed the UI of Google Fonts again. Oof. Okay, what type of styling are we using here in this layout? We're using regular, then here medium, and in the page, regular, then we got medium, regular, medium and regular, I think. We're not using any other variation, but I think we should add also bold, because when the client, she writes something, might use bold. So we should have medium, regular, and bold has variation. So let's use that. Select this style, it's light. Then, oh my god, this UI is terrible. Look at so. Oof. Let's give it regular, medium, and semi-bold. We want this. Import. Font family Quicksand. Okay, let's import this, and we can add it inside our not distribution, our source set style.css. Here we're using the components of Tailwind, but this allows us to import and use plain CSS here. We need to declare the font, because by default the font family, it's whatever Tailwind CSS comes with, which, if I'm not wrong, is Arial or something, whatever. What is this? Font inherit, system font family, system UI, apples, whatever, style.css. We got body. I think it comes from the normalize. Yes, it just comes from normalize. So we need to change this to use oh yeah, my arm. Oh. Let's search for font family in Tailwind CSS. We can declare, we have like 3 options: font sans, font serif, and font mono, that are already declared. In font family, sans, serif, and mono. We can declare some custom things in our customization, which is awesome. So in order to customize this, we can go inside our Tailwind config. We go inside, where is it here? Theme, extend, font family, theme, font family, boop, blam, bum, bum, and comma. Then we do, let's override sans and serif, right? We can do sans, and then the serif is gonna be the subtitle, the other, whatever, Jean-Pierre, whatever we want to call it. What is this? Replace sans with sans. Okay, fix. Sorry, my ES linter didn't like this. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's copy these whole shenanigans here in the Tailwind file. So we have a nice fallback, because if our font doesn't load, we have a nice fallback. We can define these. Is it how you define it? Let me check. Oh no, it's an array. We need to define an array. Okay, let's copy this. It's fine. Common limit format. Font families can be specified as an array or a simple. Oh, I like this. I like it better this way. Yeah. Okay. So we have Helvetica, Arial, and Sans Serif, which is pretty default font families. Pretty much every computer will have these fonts, but we are importing also our beautiful quicksand here. So we can set quicksand. That was our sans font. And here in the header, actually in the body, in our classes, let's set font sans, that it should be what Tailwind CSS tells us to do and calls font sans. That's perfect. So now that we have these, let's remember to do an npm run watch. So it's gonna keep being active every time I save something in the styling, or the Tailwind config file is gonna reload automatically and I don't need to do anything. So it just compiled all the good stuff. Let's refresh this. Yeah, look what we got here. We got the font, the Oswald font, and we can confirm it by checking here. If we check this, we scroll down all the way to the font sans, we got the quicksand. Yay, it works. Actually, you cannot see it because that's my face in front. Damn, I have to find a better solution for the camera. We got a quicksand here. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. If we can confirm it, if we can deactivate it, yeah, it changes to something else, or it doesn't because he inherits it. But yeah, it works. Okay, so these, if I'm not wrong, by default, let me see if I set this font weight 400, it should be medium, right? It should be 500. Yes. Okay, and 500 is based on the design, everything, it's medium. Oh, regular, medium. This is regular and the body is medium, but then the body is regular and the buttons are medium. So I'm gonna set medium only for the menu, but I'm gonna do it later. Let's style these and let's add the Jacques Francois, this other font here, because we need the serif font in this case. So we can do exactly the same here. Go to Google Fonts, search for Jacques Francois. This one, we like it, and there's only one style, so we can add all these. Actually, we can replace this. Where is it? Boom, in our style.css, let's replace the type of family. Boom, so we have Jacques Francois and the quicksand. Oops, yes, is it family Jacques Francois, family, quicksand. Yes. Okay, perfect. And now here in our Tailwind config, we can do exactly the same in our font family, Jacques Francois serif. Let's remove. Oof. Ouch. Jacques Francois and serif. And let's check our terminal. It compiled properly. Yeah, mix compiled successfully. Let's refresh this page, and if we give to this creative thing the class, for example, let's give it in the description. We do it better here. Where is it? In the header, we have the description paragraph class font serif. Para. Pam pam. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful fonts. Yeah, this is looking great. Okay. Continuing on. Let's style this little thing. Okay. First of all, we need to set this text center. If I'm not wrong, it aligns it to the center. Yes, okay. Then let's give it a little padding here. What's the sizing that I have here? Here I have some good padding, like 70, and then the bottom is also like 50. So let's give it a little good, let's do it visually. We're gonna do it live, god damn it. The header, we're gonna give it a little P10. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's give it a P10 for now. Yes. P10. And then to the H1, we're gonna give it a class to give it a little bit of a kick. So font XL should be, if I'm not wrong, no. What's the font size here? Font size, it's text. Text XL. Text XL. Larger. We want a larger font here. Let's go 5XL. Ooh, brutal. Let's go 5XL. No, too much. 5XL. Where is it? Let's go 3XL, but these also has to be uppercase, and if I'm not wrong, it's just uppercase. Yes, Sabrina Miso, uppercase. Text 4XL, no, 3XL is good. Text 3XL, uppercase. This is perfect. Okay. You got this. Then the creative is a little bit larger. So we can give it a text XL. Or even more, I don't know. What are we gonna give this? Even more. What do you think? Does it look good? It's good ratio? Or we should give it an extra kick? No, I think like XL looks good. Yeah, I think XL looks good. Font serif, text XL, and here we can give it a little nudge indentation so it's easier to read even for small screens. Creative. Okay, now we can give the main menu container here, we can give it a little padding, top and bottom. Here we got some PT. Let's give it a 6 or even more. We could give it a 8. Yes. Where's my main container? Do we have this class where I'm declaring this class? Probably in the Walker Nav class. But here we got the main menu. Because these is pretty much the entire menu. I don't remember how to declare classes here. Probably class name. But this is a suggestion that I want to give everyone. And I'm going to put my face back. Yay, it's me. When I don't remember, like it's impossible to memorize all the classes of WordPress or the functions or the methods of WordPress. So whenever you have a doubt, just check the documentation. And I know the documentation is kind of finicky of WordPress because it changes constantly, but it's pretty good. So the WP Nav menu has a lot of array methods, and you can see here a menu class or a container class or whatever. Do you want the container? The default is div. Otherwise you can set the to delete the container. Don't remember. But yeah, you have these full things. You should read this. Container, where to wrap the URL and what to wrap. Default is div. I think I can leave it blank, or container false if I don't want a wrapped container. I just want the container, or actually let's give it nav. So yes, let's declare the container, and let's make things align properly. This whatever, nav. And then we can give it the, let's duplicate this, container class we can give it the padding top. Did we say 8? Said 8, right? Don't remember. Yes, padding top 8. Then we have the UL. And then we're gonna give it medium font weight. What's the font weight here? Font height, text weight. Font weight. I missed this. Font thin, normal, medium. We got font medium we can use. Container font medium. Okay. Right? That's what we wanted. Let's check if it worked. It worked. Amazing. So we just jumped from 20 watchers to 57 watchers. Hello, current viewers. Welcome. I'm doing WordPress live development. Enjoy. Please stick around. Say hi in the chat. We got this. We can style the menu later because we have some proper styling to do, but this is good enough for now. We can style it better. The spacing is not exactly right, but we can make it better later. And then we need to create an alternated Walker Nav class here for the social menu. But for now, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Suggestion: use better align extension to align properly. Do you mean in Figma? Oh, I don't use any extension in Figma, I think. Other than, yeah, no, I don't use any extension. It's fine. Okay, thanks for the suggestion. Okay, we got this. This is clickable. We don't want any rollover effect for this, but maybe for this we're gonna have, because like based on the design, she has a sort of like primary color, but not really. It's kind of like this dull pink or this purple, but it's just for a bunch of elements. So we could use it for a rollover, but only when there's a blank background, because this rollover doesn't really work when it's the dark background, right? Yeah, not in Figma. What do you mean then? Use better align extension. Oh, VS Code? Oh, okay. I mean, it's fine. Sure, that's, yeah. I will give it a try. But I mean, I can just do this. It's fine. It's okay. I found that too many extensions in VS Code, especially extensions that constantly read your code, that tend to slow down your IDE, and I don't like it. I prefer a very lightweight IDE, even if it doesn't do things automatically. I prefer linting for JavaScript or PHP. The rest I can indent and whatever. But yeah, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. What was I doing here? I was styling this thing, and what I was saying is that we could have a rollover effect. Also, this font size, is it correct? 21. Oh, this is a massive font size, so this is pretty big, but I think we can leave it like that. Again, font sizing and things, we can watch it on the page once everything is in place. So it's good to go. So if we go into another page, the layout stays the same. We have the home page, we have the body, and when we have the footer. But of course, because we are not in the home page, the background goes white and the text is normal, which that's what we want. In the home page, we have this pretty unique styling, which is good. That's good. I've been going on for an hour and a half now. So I'm going to take a little break to answer your questions. Write all the questions that you want in the chat right now, and I'm going to answer all your questions. Let me know in the comments below. Sorry. While you write your questions, if you want to support the channel, or if you don't, and you need a cool environment, to test all your things, go to linode.com/alecad to get $100 off your first 60 days, $100 credit of your first 60 days of using Linode. Just go there, check it out, use the promo code or use the description use the link in the description below. Oh my God, I don't know how to talk anymore. But if you click on the link, will help out a lot. And Linode is awesome. You can run everything on Linode. Linode runs a lot of Linux stuff. And you can build up your WordPress website remotely on Linode in just a few clicks because they have the pre-built packages you can install in 2 seconds. So just go there and check it out. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, questions are flowing in. Learn with MH. I'm not using local by Flywheel. I'm not using local. Why everyone keeps asking, like, are you using local? No, I'm not. I'm not. I showed it in the previous video. I'm using Laravel Valet. So the question here, actually, let me scroll back up. Sorry, I'm gonna, I missed a bunch of questions. Professor asked, for a new developer, you think it's better to start from Apache or deep into NGINX? It doesn't matter. They're the same. Apache and NGINX are exactly the same. There are servers, local servers that you can install on your machine, or remote servers that you can install on a remote virtual environment, VPS, whatever. They're exactly the same. Some say NGINX it's faster for PHP processing. It's more secure for SSL. Some say Apache recently, especially the new version of Apache, is better than NGINX. It doesn't matter. It's just pretty much exactly the same. If you know one, you can jump and learn the other one super quickly. It's not going to be an issue. I personally prefer NGINX because it's easier to control for me, especially to set up encrypted connection, SSL certificates, self-signed certificates, but it's fine. Apache is better for HT access, protected pages, and NGINX not much. It's a little bit more complicated. There are pros and cons on anything. It's just, I don't think one is better than another, my personal opinion. Jason answers just good answers. So Professor, if you want, yes, go to linode.com/alecad and get $100 off of credit, so you can set up your NGINX or Apache server and experiment it for 60 days and just use that credit to just burn through them and test all your online things and destroy your online VPS. You can do whatever you want. Another question is, are you developing the WordPress site in Visual Studio? No, I'm not. I am developing my the WordPress website here. Where is it? This WordPress, it's on the .test local domain. Basically, I'm using Laravel Valet, but for Linux, because I'm on Linux, I'm on Pop! OS. I have a sites folder with my local environment. Sabrina, here you see, this is the WordPress folder structure. This is what I'm using. Basically, Laravel Valet installs NGINX, DNS masks, PHP, all the things that you need to develop it. And you set up a folder, and that folder automatically is returned with an extension that you want in your browser. If you want to learn how to do it, go to YouTube, search, or actually click on Alecad here, Alessandro Castellani. Go to playlists on my YouTube channel. Go to create a playlist. Actually, you're gonna see differently, but you can check Pop! OS development setup. Pop! OS development setup. It's awesome because there's a, let's go to these playlists, shall we? Yes. In this playlist, there's the full setup that I use. So you go in the Pop! OS development setup and you check how to install Valet, Linux, and MariaDB. Or you can check everything, because I set up my terminal, I set up Composer, I set up Valet, I set up MariaDB, and I show also how to locally install WordPress and Laravel on your computer. And if you don't use Linux, you should really use Linux, because Linux is awesome for development. If you use Windows, I'm sorry, you shouldn't, but it's fine. Let's continue with the questions. You don't interact with your chat. What's the other? You don't interact with your chat? I'm coding, and now I'm interacting with my chat. What's up with you guys that you just want the answer exactly right now? You should learn patience, and you should learn that when you ask something, you should wait for the answer. I know we live in the era of internet where everything is now, and I want the answer now because it's now. But just chill. I answer when I want. Let me check other questions. Maxim asks, can you show some example how to implement API to WordPress? In the future, I will keep doing these live development sessions like weekly, so subscribe, check the bell, blah, blah, blah. But in the future, I'm going to create some custom settings API, and I'm going to show my process of creating some custom options in the settings API, in the administration area, and the custom settings for the post and pages, whatever. So not now, it's too early, it doesn't make sense now. Make a video or suggest some tutorial so we can align better, like how you did some keyboard shortcuts tutorial. I have more than 400 videos. I think I have 486 videos in my YouTube channel, so check my YouTube channel. All my videos are organized in playlist. You can learn all the things that I'm doing, all my setup, all my shortcuts. I have videos on how to set up my VS Code, all my extensions, all the things that I use. Sublime Text, if you like Sublime Text, I used to use it a lot. I did millions, I did hundreds of videos on how to do these things. So just go back on my YouTube channel and check those videos. It's gonna be awesome. Is there any live stream channel like IPTV TV in account? I don't understand the question. You're a pro man. Thank you. I think it's better using local with less configuration. You can use whatever you want. If it works for you, it's fine. To me, Laravel Valet, the setup process is literally 20 seconds, and it's the best thing that ever happened. So I love this. It's fine. But if local works for you, just use it. It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Let's just use what you feel comfortable with. So live channel subscription from account bot. I don't do those things. Hey, my bad, first time on your stream. It's fine, don't worry. Don't know how you conducted your streams. It's okay. Yeah, no, if that's the thing, right? If I'm coding and I keep watching the chat and I keep answering real time when you ask a question, I get distracted a lot, so I end up never coding anything. There was a complaint that some users had, like, you said that you're gonna do live coding and then you just spend 1 hour answering the chat. That's not live coding, that's a Q&A. I know, so I tend to split and separate things. Yeah. Okay, so where we're at, we are in this situation here right now. I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Kind of tired. As I said, I got my vaccine today. So yesterday, sorry. So today my left arm hurts a lot. It's just very, very annoying. I went for a bike ride this morning. I'm very tired. So yeah, I think this was a good session. So thanks so much. As usual, if you want to support the channel, please give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, share this video, share it with your audience, with your social media, whatever. We are at 90,000 subscribers. Just help me out to reach 100,000. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to do some very good things for 100,000. But if you're interested in WordPress tutorial, Laravel tutorials, HTML, JavaScript tutorials, and whatever other things, we got a troll here. We got a troll that his life is so sad that needs to harass people. Ooh. Boom. Nice. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, as usual, take care, stay safe, but most importantly, happy coding. Bye.